to Live at 4 on this Thursday, Friday Eve.
What day is it?
What day is it? I know what day it is. It's Zorba Pastor Day.
That's right. A little later this hour, Dr. Zorba Pastor will be joining us. Good to see him after vacation. He's been gone for a while. And we'll be taking your questions as well. Mark and I will let you know when it's time to call in.
Yeah, just any medical questions, not necessarily just COVID this time.
Yeah, that's a good sign, too.
Opening things up, yep. Here's what's making news on this Thursday. Nearly 100 people are still unaccounted for after a beachfront condo collapses in Miami. What rescuers are doing at this hour.
After weeks of negotiations, there is an agreement on the president's infrastructure deal. We'll tell you what's in the plan for you.
And the state is getting money to help the tourism industry recover from the pandemic, where the governor is spending the money. Let's take a look outside. Much needed rain today and a lot of...
But is it humid enough for you?
Oh my gosh.
It is soupy outside.
People are getting out of their cars and their glasses were steaming up.
Exactly, right.
And the storm chances continue. Austin's in the backyard with a look at the radar. How are things looking?
You know, right now, in terms of the actual rain showers, it's starting to look really good here for the rest of today. But the mugginess outside, oh, we could all really feel that. Like you said, it's just very thick out here. That's what it feels like. Temperatures aren't too impressive, but with how high those dew points are, it feels very muggy to actually spend some time outdoors right now. Plenty of cloud cover in the Madison area, but that cloud cover is actually helping to decrease these severe chances for later on in the evening hours. Doppler track is showing a lot of these showers that have moved out of the area, but if you take a closer look, we're actually going to wind this back a little bit. Notice how those storms really popped up. They were even pretty strong at a time, but then they all started falling apart. We were left with just a few showers, and now we're continuing to dry things out. Now, the showers that we saw earlier and the continued cloud cover, that's keeping our temperatures down. That's also keeping our severe risk down, but just look up to our northwest, mid to even upper 80s on the top left corner of your screen right there. They have another chance to see some more showers and storms developing. Here locally, we still have that chance, but it does continue to drop off. So that is good news here for us. We're still monitoring this situation just in case we start to see a few more showers and storms developing. But as of right now, we're looking pretty good to go currently. 68 degrees for the low temperature tonight. It's going to stay mostly cloudy. It's going to stay pretty humid. And in the overnight hours, we do have another chance here for a few more showers and a possibility of a thunderstorm. But what about later on in the week? Do we have any more severe risks? Do we have any more rain showers and storms to talk about? Well, we have quite a few rain chances to talk about, and I'll have all those details a little bit later on in the broadcast.
That is good news. Austin, we'll see you in a few minutes. Thank you. First at 4, officials say more than 99 people are unaccounted for following a partial building collapse overnight near Miami Beach.
Rescue crews pulled 2 people from the wreckage, and one of them has since died. Peter King has more from the city of Surfside.
Dramatic video shows the middle section of the condo building in Surfside collapsing first, followed by the section closest to the ocean. The air quickly filling with smoke and debris. 55 apartments gone in a matter of seconds.
Literally half of that building is not there anymore.
Now you can see 12 stories of exposed apartments. Air conditioners still clinging to the side, a bunk bed teetering on the edge. Bystander Nicholas Balboa was one of the first on the scene and helped save a child.
I was able to hear the boy that was pulled from the rubble yelling. As I got closer, I was able to see his hands sticking through the rubble, waving. He said that his mom was in there with him. His arm was pinned, just sheer panic.
Some residents unable to escape their intact apartments were rescued from their balconies. The governor says search and rescue teams are in contact with some survivors.
They are in search and rescue mode. They are trying to identify survivors. I know they have made contact with some, and they're doing everything they can to save lives.
Many of the condos here are owned by retirees who leave for the summer. The city's mayor tells us many people live here full time. Friends and family members of condo residents are gathering at a nearby reunification center and letting authorities know if their phone calls to loved ones have gone unanswered.
We've been calling them like non-stop, no reply.
Investigators are trying to find out what caused the collapse. Peter King, CBS News, Surfside, Florida.
A deal on infrastructure has been reached in Washington by a bipartisan group of senators. President Biden stood alongside the group after a final meeting this morning when they agreed to the details. The $1.2 trillion proposal includes $579 billion in new spending focused on physical infrastructure, including transportation, water, energy, and broadband internet. A major sticking point they overcame: how to pay for it. The deal includes redirecting a portion of unused COVID relief funding and tax enforcement.
None of us got what we wanted.
It was essential to show the American people that the Senate can function.
The deal still has a way to go. Progressive Democrats want assurances that there will be a separate bill that moves through the reconciliation process that includes other White House priorities like child care, addressing climate change, and job training. Congressional leaders are aiming to bring legislation to the floor next month before the August recess. People who work in tourism and entertainment can breathe a sigh of relief today.
Governor Tony Evers announced this morning that he's using more than $140 million from the American Rescue Acts Fund to help these industries recover from the pandemic. Our Jamie Perez spoke to some of the people who will be impacted by this. Jamie?
All right, so here's how that $140 million is being broken down. We've got $75 million going towards lodging, $11 million for movie theaters, $22 million for live event venues, and $15 million for destination marketing. Now, the biggest amount of that money is going towards the tourism industry. They were one of the first to be hit by the pandemic and one of the hardest hit. Now, today I spoke with the president and CEO of Destination Madison to find out what this means for them.
In Madison alone, in 2019, our economic impact was $1.4 billion. In 2020, that fell to $783 million. So to see that announcement from Governor Evers today on the commitment he is making to the industry to help us recover is very exciting.
Now, that money is obviously helpful to them, but the tourism industry still faces a major obstacle that could take up until 2024 to recover from. So coming up tonight at 5, we'll share what that is and how they're hoping to fix it faster than their estimated time frame.
Jamie Perez, we'll see you then. Wisconsin's most popular state park is growing. A state board agreed to buy 220 acres near the southwestern edge of Devil's Lake State Park. The area could be used for hunting and wildlife watching or developed into more hiking and biking trails. The property cost more than $1.6 million. More than 2 million people visit the park last year.
The conversation about bringing a community justice center to Dane County continued today. Members of the Criminal Justice Council talked about what the center might look like through a needs assessment presentation. The project is still in its early stages, but there is hope that it would include a community-driven court, trauma-informed counseling, and offer addiction treatment and free legal representation to residents. The Criminal Justice Council will hold a community conversation next month, so members of the public can ask questions about the center.
One person died this morning in a crash in the off-ramp from the Beltline to Greenway Boulevard. It happened just before 6 a.m. Middleton police say the driver was already dead when first responders got to the crash. No one else was hurt. Police are not releasing the driver's name until they can tell the family. The cause of the crash is still under investigation. Here's some new information about this morning's gas leak in Sun Prairie. The leak was reported around 7:45 this morning near Windsor Street and North Grand Avenue. We're told construction crews were installing fiber service in the area when they damaged a line. Crews from We Energies were able to repair things by early this afternoon. A bank in the area was briefly evacuated after crews measured high levels of gas in the building's lobby.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has made it official that she is creating a special committee to investigate the January 6th attack on the Capitol. The new committee comes after Senate Republicans blocked legislation to form a bipartisan commission to investigate the attack. Rudy Giuliani can no longer practice law in the state of New York. An appellate court today suspended his law license based on a disciplinary proceeding that found Giuliani made false statements while working as former President Trump's personal attorney. The court says he made those statements to courts lawmakers, and the public to improperly claim that last year's presidential election was stolen from Trump. Giuliani's lawyers say the court's decision is improper because he never got a hearing on the issue, and they expect him to be reinstated.
Retired police officers hired by Wisconsin Republican Assembly Speaker Robin Vos are being paid $3,200 a month to investigate the 2020 presidential election. That's what contracts obtained by the Associated Press show. The investigators have been hired for 3 months to look for what Vos calls irregularities in the election.
Nearly all COVID-19 deaths in the United States are now in people who were not vaccinated. Officials point to that as a staggering demonstration on how effective the vaccines have been and an indication that daily deaths, now down to under 300, could practically be zero if everyone who is eligible got the shot. The president just landed in Raleigh, North Carolina this afternoon on a mission to encourage people to get vaccinated. He's touring a community center in just a few minutes.
Bees don't vote. Pollinators don't vote.
There is a push to protect pollinators in the state. These are animals that transfer pollen, allowing plants to produce fruits and seeds. Democrats introduced a package of bills today hoping to improve their health. They say it's common sense legislation since a third of all the food we eat in Wisconsin is thanks to the work of pollinators. Pollinator population is down in the state because of disease and development.
Marilyn Monroe is back in Palm Springs in a big way, but not everyone is happy about it. A 26-foot-tall statue of the Hollywood icon in the famous billowing white dress has been installed in the front of the Palm Springs Art Museum facing Palm Canyon Drive, which is the city's main tourist strip. The piece of art was created by sculptor John Seward Johnson and inspired by a scene from the film The 7-Year Itch. The statue represents hope for city leaders and businesses who seek to attract tourism and boost sales after the pandemic. But after just 3 days, it's already proving popular with tourists who stop to take their photo with Marilyn. But when the statue was unveiled on Sunday, protesters, including the Women's March Foundation, chanted that it was misogynistic and exploitive. It's been there before.
Yeah, and one guy didn't like it because when you leave the cultural center, you see her underwear. And that's it was in Chicago for a while too, wasn't it?
Right. Yeah, it's been in Palm Springs for a long time.
Yeah,
and then where did it go?
It went, I was reading this, it went to New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
And now it's back.
Now she's back.
It's back. Well, everybody was affected in one way or another by 2020 and the pandemic, and some were hit much worse than others.
When we come back, the LGBTQ community is one of those that was severely affected, and specifically the drag community. Without being able to put on shows, we'll see how they're faring now when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, Live at 4.
This isn't your typical runaway bride scene. It's a Nissan sales event ad.
Hurry in for a low $219 per month lease on the 2021 Rogue.
A good night's sleep starts on a new mattress from Steinhafels. During Steinhafels' 4th of July mattress sale, we have all the best brands in stock and on sale, so you can try before you buy. Plus, with Steinhafels' special 60-month financing and free delivery, buying a new mattress has never been easier. And with Steinhafels' 120-night sleep guarantee, you can't make a mistake. Only at Steinhafels and Steinhafels.com.
The light at the end of the tunnel isn't shining so brightly for everyone. Families continue to fight for survival. Some jobs are gone forever. Bills pile up. But please know, you have not been forgotten. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. Apply now for a hand up.
You've been taking mental health meds and your mind is finally in a better place. Except now you have uncontrollable body movements called tardive dyskinesia, TD. And it can seem like that's all people see. Some meds for mental health can cause abnormal dopamine signaling in the brain. While how it works is not fully understood, Ingrezza is thought to reduce that signaling.
Ingrezza is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with TD movements in the face and body. People taking Ingrezza can stay on their current dose of most mental health meds. Don't take Ingrezza if you're allergic to any of its ingredients. Ingrezza may cause serious side effects, including sleepiness. Don't drive, operate heavy machinery, or do other dangerous activities until you know how Ingrezza affects you. Other serious side effects include potential heart rhythm problems and abnormal movements.
Shift the focus more on you. Ask your doctor about Ingrezza. It's simple. One pill, once daily. #1 prescribed for TD. Learn how you could pay as little as $0 at Ingrezza.com.
Who is USAA made for? It's made for this guy, a veteran who honorably served. And it's made for her. She's serving now. We made it for all branches and all ranks, whether they served one tour or made a career of it. We also made USAA for military spouses and their kids. USAA is easy to work with and can save you money on auto, home, and renter's insurance. Become a member today. Call us for a quote. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
This isn't your typical runaway bride scene. It's a Nissan sales event ad.
Hurry in for 0% financing for up to 72 months on 13 models.
Welcome back. The Biden administration has extended the nationwide ban on evictions for a month, but says this is expected to be the last time it does so.
Today, the director of the CDC extended the evictions moratorium until July 31st. It had been scheduled to end June 30th. According to the National Low-Income Housing Coalition, 6 million American families are behind on rent. This is now the 4th time the deadline for lifting the ban on evictions has been pushed back.
Better than expected earnings reports sent stocks higher. The Dow Industrials gained 322 points, closing at 34,196. The NASDAQ set another record close, its 3rd in a row, adding 97 points. And the S&P 500 was up 24. Well, you've probably seen drag queens on TV, like on the RuPaul's Drag Queen show.
RuPaul's Drag Race, right. They may be a part of mainstream culture now on television, but they've always been performing in local communities, and now they could really use your help. Brady Mallory is here to explain why. Hi, Brady.
Yeah, well, drag performers have always been an important part of the LGBTQ plus pride movement, but 2020 hit them really hard in more ways than one. A local drag queen is showing us why it's important to support the craft this Pride Month and beyond.
On center stage, Persephone B. Diamond shines bright indeed, but backstage is where she comes to life.
So I always block out my eyebrows first, my boy eyebrows, with a glue stick.
It takes a lot of glue.
I can usually do my makeup pretty quickly.
Glitter and glamour for Yair Rivas to create an illusion.
Being in drag, you get to create your own persona. You're in charge of everything that you do on stage.
Rivas has been performing in drag as Persephone for 5 years and counting.
And it's amazing because not only do I get to showcase like my drag and what I can do performing wise, but I get to showcase like all the art that goes into it.
Persephone is just one of the many drag performers in the Madison spotlight. Last year, though, COVID hit and the stages went dark.
It was so depressing because this is like one of the only things that really makes me happy.
When bars like Five Nightclub had to close and then adapt to COVID regulations, drag performers like Rivas lost their gigs.
I think some people thought it was just going to be temporary, but then when it became apparent that it was just going to keep going on, I think everybody assumed crash positions.
It had a devastating effect on the drag community because the shows are either primary sources of income for many performers. For others, it's the only source.
You kind of lose, like, hope.
Rivas and others had to adapt in order to pay the bills. Losing money was hard enough, but the pandemic came with an even greater cost.
You feel a little like that person should be here too.
One of their own, Vanilla Diamond, had COVID and died.
To us in the drag community, she is not a faceless number. She's a very much a part of this, part of who we are. Even the main sign that's on the stage has a diamond in remembrance of her.
After everything, Rivas has hope for a better year.
Obviously, once I finish my makeup and I put my wig on, I can't help but look at myself in the mirror.
with restrictions lifted, drag performers are getting back to work.
So I'm really hoping that we get as much support, especially in the Madison drag community, because we definitely need it.
Persephone B. Diamond may be a well-put-together illusion, but underneath Rivas's glue, glitter, and glamour, there's a lot of passion, determination, and heart. And there's nothing more real than that.
I knew that Persephone was going to be something that I was going to work so hard for, and it was going to become something amazing, and look at me.
Well, you can support local drag performers by going to their events. The easiest way to find a list is just Google Madison WI drag shows, and that will give you a list of the performances coming up. And I'm always impressed with how the transformation goes, starting from, one end to the other, and then you get a show.
How long did it take to get in full costume?
When we were there, it took Persephone about 40 minutes. So
that's what you take in here.
Oh, yeah. He's not kidding. It takes a lot to...
Yeah, and the drag queens are so important to the current movement because they started it all in 1969 at the Stonewall Riots. So it was drag queens that fought back to the police.
Yes, that is correct. So, and that's they make a lot of them make their money off of tips, and the more people go to shows, the more that they're there in the community. So
get out and support them.
Yeah, it's good to have them back.
Thank you, Brady.
Thanks, Brady.
Well, happy birthday to us. WIC TV is 65 years old today.
Boy, time flies
there
when you're having fun. We'll have a look at some memorable moments through the years when Live at 4 continues.
Don't miss the Stars and Stripes Appliance Sale now at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Save up to 40% off in-stock doorbusters while they last. Plus, no interest for 18 months. The biggest appliance sale of the year starts now at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
Here at TSR, we turn old, cracked garage floors like this into beautiful, tough floors like this in just one day. Hi. I'm Joey with TSR Concrete Coatings, and we design high-quality, beautiful floors that can stand up to the toughest of applications. Our coatings are easily able to withstand heavy traffic, drop tools, and they're ridiculously easy to clean. We are dedicated to superior customer service, which doesn't just stop after the installation. We also provide you with an exclusive warranty on all of our floor coatings that gives you the peace of mind knowing that your stunning new floor is protected for life. Visit the website or call the number below for your new floor today.
Finding the right ingredients for a healthy lifestyle can be tricky. That's why SSM Health and News 3 Now are here to help.
Our Time for Kids recipe for health experts use online conversations and on-air reports to answer your health questions.
So tell us, what topics would your family like to hear about? What questions do you have?
Use the handy feedback form on our Time for Kids page to share what matters most to your family's health. And together,
let's take time for kids.
What a deal! Get top dollar for your trade now at East Madison Toyota during the summer buyback event. Bring us any make, any model, and get top dollar for your trade. If it runs, we've got the funds during the summer buyback event at East Madison Toyota. Plus, we've just received 8 truckloads of inventory with a great selection of cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs at East Madison Toyota off I-90 and 151.
With less moderate to severe eczema, why hide your skin? If you can help heal your skin from within. With Dupixent, adults saw long-lasting, clearer skin and significantly less itch. Don't use if you're allergic to Dupixent. Serious allergic reactions can occur, including anaphylaxis, which is severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems, such as eye pain or vision changes or a parasitic infection. If you take asthma medicines, don't change or stop them without talking to your doctor. Talk to your doctor about Dupixent.
The Summer of Sleep mattress sale starts now at Ashley Home Store. Save up to $800 instantly on the best brands. Pay as little as $20 a month for luxury mattresses like these, plus a free adjustable base or free furniture with purchase. Only at Ashley Home Store.
Welcome Welcome back, everyone. Today, June 24th, marks WISC TV's 65th anniversary.
And as our former general manager Tom Beer used to say, it's finally made it to Medicare age. It was on this day in 1956 that the station signed on the air in Madison from a Quonset hut on Raymond Road. A new building was constructed on Hammersley Road. It's now a bike manufacturer. And we eventually moved to our current facility back on Raymond Road. While the sets and clothes styles have changed over the many years, we're still committed to providing Southern Wisconsin with the best in news, weather, and sports coverage. And we want to say thank you to you, all of our local viewers that have been with us all along.
And thank you for that picture, Mark.
The Afro days, there's Rick Roberts.
Van Stout, we saw a little earlier on.
That's the old newsroom. Ted O'Connell, Rick Featherston, who went on to American Family, and there I am.
That's one of my favorite pictures of you ever. That is such a great shot of you, Mark.
Who is that young man?
Yeah, you look like Barry Gibb. It's a great picture. A few years ago, David Letterman chronicled the station's earlier years on his late-night CBS show.
WISC TV started broadcasting June 24th, 1956. And you know what the first program was? You know the program they signed on with back in 1956 there in Madison, Wisconsin? Any ideas?
Howdy Doody?
Nope. Good Morning Cheddar.
Good Morning Cheddar.
That's right. Good Morning Cheddar.
I wonder what that was.
Very well, it was all about cheese. And it was one of their longest running shows.
Oh.
The first cheese there in Madison, Wisconsin, first show, Good Morning Cheddar, was replaced later by a more serious news show called Meet the Cheese.
Meet the...
During the commercial, we got a call from WISC, the historian there, Channel 3 in Madison, Wisconsin. They had a huge comedy show in the 50s called Dairy Bloopers.
It's hilarious. You made the Letterman show.
That was so funny with Rob Starbuck when we were doing the morning show. And I don't know what was more funny, Good Morning Cheddar or It's What You're Watching, Daddy-O.
Meet the Cheese.
Yeah, I know.
Hard-hitting news show.
Yeah.
65 years. I've been here 45 of those.
I was just going to say
65
that.
years.
Yeah.
My gosh. All right, on to weather, Austin.
Yeah, on to
Doing
weather.
a little history lesson for our newer staff members.
I'm loving it. I'm soaking it all up while I can right now.
As is the ground soaking up the rain.
And the ground is definitely soaking up the rain. And this is much needed rain as well, but we do have many more chances for those showers and storms in our extended forecast. When are we going to see those falling? And what are these temperatures going to do? I will have another look at your extended forecast right after the break.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Your heart is at the heart of everything you do. And if you have heart failure, there's Entresto. Entresto is proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Call to donate today.
They say when you come from a small town like us, you do things your own way. That's why US Cellular doesn't have any hidden requirements. So you can get the latest phone with no activation fees, required phone trade-ins, or anything like that. That's all there is to it. Get a Samsung Galaxy S21 5G free with no hidden requirements. The nationwide network built from your town up. US Cellular.
Now's the time to get a Ford built for you, by you. Pick your color, your wheels, and other available features specifically designed for your Ford. Want an F-150 with a 12-inch touchscreen, 400 horsepower in an Explorer, or a moonroof? You've got it. And now an additional $1,000 bonus cash on top of all public offers. See your dealer for a Ford built for you, by you. Build and order your select Ford today and get $1,000 bonus cash in addition to all public offers.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Hello and welcome back. Now we do have some good news here with the severe risk for the rest of today. It seems to have really dropped off for a lot of communities. There is still a chance, however, but right now we're just seeing a lot of cloud cover on our Madison Skycam. WISC TV Skycam looking pretty good, but we could use a little bit of some sunshine. Just not seeing that as of right now. Doppler track, however, is showing a lot of the rain actually exiting the area. And I do want to take that look again here just to show you guys what happened here earlier on in the morning. Since we saw these showers and thunderstorms developing, watch what happened. They actually got pretty strong for a brief moment and then pretty much fell apart right afterwards. We were left with just a few of those lighter rain showers after, but the cloud cover, it's still out there. We are not heating things right back up. So overall, the SPC Storm Prediction Center has dropped our severe risk. Now we are looking at just a marginal risk here for the rest of today. Still a chance, so it's not completely off the table. Even tomorrow, we actually do have a marginal risk for some of our more southern communities, especially down to our southwest. Platteville is going to be included there. Monroe, Janesville, right on the edge there. And this is just that marginal risk. If we do see this jumping up to around a slight risk or even above, that's whenever we really start to take note. But there is even a chance tomorrow to see a stronger or severe storm, especially in our southern communities. This evening, though, severe storms possible. But as I just mentioned, we don't really have the greatest chance to see that additional storm activity, but it is still on the table. Main threats would still be heavy rain, high winds, and some large hail. Isolated tornado, still a possibility, but it's not really a strong chance by any means. Now you take a look at our future track. This is one of our latest and greatest models. It did pick up on the showers and storms earlier, and it's showing more showers and storms developing just up to our northwest. But watch what happens whenever it tries to make its way into our area. Pretty much falling apart. Much of the same with these showers and storms down to our south and southwest. They are not likely going to make too much headway into our area. So that's good news here for us because we've already seen quite a bit of some rain here for some spots today. But our future track does show tomorrow we do have that next chance for some showers and storms to develop, especially in the afternoon and evening hours, and then overnight Friday night into Saturday. This is where we're going to look at a chance for some more consistent showers and a possibility of some of those weaker thunderstorms, which would actually be good because we're still in that drought phase right now. We could use some more of those showers and storms, especially just a day or two of consistent light to moderate showers. That would be what's best for us, not really these heavier downpours. Right now, we're still in that moderate drought phase, but you look at these temperatures, this is again one of those reasons why we're not expecting too many more storms to actually pop back up. If we saw some of these temperatures out to our northwest here locally, we would really be talking about that risk here later on, but thankfully just not seeing that. High temperature trend does show that average high of about 81 degrees. We're going to be pretty close to that, but look at these dew points. They are up there. It definitely feels very muggy to be outside. It's also a little bit breezy, between around 10 and 15 miles per hour for a lot of communities. Madison right now at 16 miles per hour. So later on tonight, again, we are going to see that low of about 68 degrees. Mostly cloudy skies. It will also be pretty sticky out there. Then you look at our 10-day forecast. We got a lot of rain chances tomorrow, especially later on in the afternoon and the evening. That's our best chance. But even in the morning, we could actually see another shower and storm moving through. And those rain chances, unfortunately, continue through much of this weekend. Notice how next week we have some breaks in the action, generally smaller chances of rain as we kind of fall into that summer pattern with afternoon showers and storms developing after a pretty warm and muggy day outside. So that's what we're going to really fall into this next week.
Keep the rain coming.
We do. We really need it, so hopefully we can.
Thank you, Austin.
Thanks, Austin. Well, several major automakers are going green and promising to give up on gas-powered engines over the next 2 decades.
Many big cities are doing the same with their bus fleets, including London. Ian Lee reports.
The UK's double-deckers are the most iconic buses in the world. For more than a century, they've moved Londoners around the capital. Now the famous red bus is getting a green upgrade.
The wonderful thing about these new buses is that they emit no pollution.
London's mayor is rolling out 20 of the new hydrogen-powered buses in a city that wants to slam the brakes on carbon emissions by 2030.
Unlike most electric buses, they've also got hydrogen stored on board and a fuel cell, which throughout the day converts that hydrogen into electricity with only water as a waste product.
And that'll keep buses on the road throughout the day as batteries will stay constantly charged.
The nozzle may require a gentle pull.
While fully electric buses can take hours to charge, hydrogen buses can be filled up in just 5 minutes.
I think what we need from governments across the globe, including the British government, is more investment in cleaner technologies.
Last fall, Scotland unveiled the world's first hydrogen-powered double-decker. Now with London added to the fleet, the mayor hopes more cities around the world will climb on board for a cleaner future. Ian Lee, CBS News, London.
Very interesting. And the transportation officials across the pond say the hydrogen-powered buses also give commuters smoother, quieter journeys.
That's thanks to fewer vibrations.
That's pretty fascinating.
Went all around. Well, up next, the Pope has a most unusual encounter.
And then coming up next hour at 5, it's been a usually eventful early summer on area lakes. What's being done to keep everyone safe going into the 4th of July weekend? That's coming up at 5.
Ashley Home Store Stars and Stripes holiday sale starts now. Get up to 60% off holiday doorbusters. Pay as little as $25 a month for complete rooms you'll love with no interest financing for 5 years. Plus, take a bonus 5% off our sale prices at checkout. Ashley Home Store.
Managing type 2 diabetes? You're on it. You may think you're doing all you can to manage type 2 diabetes and heart disease, but could your medication do more to lower your heart risk? Jardiance can reduce the risk of cardiovascular death for adults who also have known heart disease, so it could help save your life from a heart attack or stroke. And Jardiance lowers A1C.
Jardiance can cause serious side effects, including dehydration, genital yeast or urinary tract infections, and sudden kidney problems. Ketoacidosis is a serious side effect that may be fatal. A rare but life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin of the perineum could occur. Stop taking Jardiance and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this bacterial infection, ketoacidosis, or an allergic reaction. And don't take it if you're on dialysis or have severe kidney problems. Taking Jardiance with the sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar.
Lower A1C and lower risk of a fatal heart attack?
On it with Jardiance.
We're committed to making Jardiance available and affordable. With our savings card, eligible patients pay as little as $10.
To be a thriver with metastatic breast cancer means asking for what we want and need, and we need more time. So we want Kisqali. Living longer is possible and proven with Kisqali when taken with a non-steroidal aromatase inhibitor in premenopausal women with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer. Kisqali is a pill that's significantly more effective at delaying disease progression versus a non-steroidal aromatase inhibitor alone. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Kisqali is not approved for use with tamoxifen. Ask your doctor about living longer with Kisqali.
The Summer of Sleep mattress sale starts now at Ashley Home Store. Save up to $800 instantly on the best brands. Pay as little as $20 a month for luxury mattresses like these. Plus a free adjustable base or free furniture with purchase. Only at Ashley Home Store.
Tonight at 5, a boost for the tourism industry in Wisconsin. How the $140 million in federal funds will be divided ahead at 5.
And we have the chance for showers and thunderstorms through the weekend and into the start of next week. We'll take a closer look at your full forecast.
And then at 6, what the eviction moratorium extension means for Wisconsin. And Devil's Lake State Park will soon be expanding, what the Parks Department plans to do with the added space.
It is the photo you never imagined you'd see. The Pope not just meeting a superhero, but getting a gift from him.
Jeannie Mose untangles the web behind the Spider-Man meets the Pope photo that has become a web sensation.
Two larger-than-life figures met at the Vatican. Your Holiness, may we introduce...
Who am I? I'm Spider-Man.
But the Pope already knew that. Spider-Man even handed the pontiff a Spider-Man mask, which the Pope accepted. After all, Pope Francis is no stiff when his cap, known as a zucchetto, blows off, or if a kid takes it off, the Pope doesn't bat an eye. So he took Spider-Man in stride, even as the superhero held him in a two-handed grip. The photos delighted folks. Dudes rock, inspiring emojis and combinations not usually seen. People imagine movie sequels. The Pope is gonna be in Spider-Man. They imagine jokes. The Pope and Spider-Man walk into a piazza, hearkening back to that vintage jingle. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, does whatever a spider can. The pontiff was dubbed Spider-Pope. Spider-Man wasn't trying to ensnare the Pope in some stunt. Mattia Villardita founded an organization whose members dress up like superheroes and entertain children in hospitals. He told the Catholic news agency the moment he met Francis was really, really moving. Spider-Man wasn't quoting movie lines to the pontiff.
You want forgiveness? Get religion.
What's going on here? This Spider-Man already has religion. He's Catholic. He said the Pope knew about his work with children in hospitals. He told me to take a lot of selfies with the kids in the square. Spiders and popes have mingled before. An itsy-bitsy actual spider climbed up the previous pope, up and around his neck, and even headed for his ear. But this pope let Spider-Man bend his ear. Still, His Holiness must be wondering where in heaven's name he's supposed to wear his new Spider-Man mask. Chinimos, CNN, New York.
Spidey's everywhere. Yeah. When we come back, Dr. Zorba Pastor will join us.
We'll be taking your questions as well, so call now if you have a question for Dr. Pastor, and we'll be seeing how the pandemic is dramatically lowering life expectancy numbers. We'll take your calls when Live at 4 continues.
This is a Wisconsin farmer. She grows the locally sourced freshness, the freshness that complements the wild-caught salmon, the salmon that tees up the cheesecake that sweetens every moment. Festival Foods. We are Wisconsin.
4 days only. Save an extra $700 on these top appliance brands exclusively at the Grand Appliance Buy More, Save More sale. Get great deals on thousands of in-stock appliances, including this Bosch Ultra Quiet dishwasher for just $5.98. Or this 26 cubic foot LG side-by-side refrigerator, just $9.98. Visit your local Grand showroom or grandappliance.com to save today. Grand Appliance. You make it home, we make it grand.
If you have risk factors like heart disease, diabetes, and raised triglycerides, Vasipa can give you something to celebrate. Vasipa, when added to your statin, is clinically proven to provide 25% lower risk from heart attack and stroke. Vasipa is clearly different. First and only FDA approved. Celebrate less risk, even for those with family history. Don't take Vasipa if you are or become allergic to icosapent ethyl or any inactive ingredient in Vasipa. Serious side effects may occur, like heart rhythm problems and bleeding. Heart rhythm problems may occur in more people with persistent cardiovascular risk or who have had them in the past. Tell your doctor if you experience an irregular heartbeat or other heart rhythm problems. Possible side effects include muscle and joint pain. Celebrate less risk. Added cardio protection. Talk to your doctor about adding protection with Vasipa.
Here at TSR, we turn old, cracked garage floors like this into beautiful, tough floors like this in just one day. Hi, I'm Joey with TSR Concrete Coatings, and we design high-quality, beautiful floors that can stand up to the toughest of applications. Our coatings are easily able to withstand heavy traffic, drop tools, and they're ridiculously easy to clean. We are dedicated to superior customer service, which doesn't just stop after the installation. We also provide you with an exclusive warranty on all of our floor coatings that gives you the peace of mind knowing that your stunning new floor is protected for life. Visit the website or call the number below for your new floor today.
This is a Wisconsin Brewmaster. He brews the local craft beer, the beer that washes down the Oktoberfest brat, the brat that pairs with the potato salad that befriends the burger that tastes like victory. Festival Foods. We are Wisconsin.
Hello and welcome back. A quick peek at what we're seeing with traffic. Even though the pavement is wet for a lot of us, traffic actually still moving along quite nicely in the Madison area. Again, looks like main roads in and out still looking pretty good to go. Much of the same around the Janesville area as well. Lots of green on this map right now, and up to our north and northwest, much of the same. So traffic currently looking good. We are still expecting that chance for some showers or a possibility of a thunderstorm later on, and that could slow things down. But for right now, pretty good time to get out on the roadways.
All right. Thank you, Austin. Spain's famous human towers have returned. After taking a year off due to the pandemic, a centuries-old tradition took place again today. Catalonia's famous human towers are known as castellers, and they returned to Blatt Square in the city of Valls. Catalan Human Tower team member says that the castellers have been very well monitored and have all been double vaccinated. The 200-year-old tradition, which takes place at festivals, requires skill, strength, and most of all, trust to assemble and dismantle a human tower and provide a safety net to cushion a fall when the structure inadvertently collapses.
That's incredible.
It really
Isn't that
is
something?
It really is something. I'm glad they're back.
Well, we're welcoming Dr. Zorba Pastor back from vacation, and we're taking your calls. Doesn't have to necessarily be about COVID. Well, whatever you want to talk about.
270-9933 is the number. Zorba, welcome back.
Good to see you guys.
Let's start with some new research that finds that the coronavirus pandemic is lowering the life expectancy in the U.S. between 2018 and 2020. What are the numbers?
Life expectancy in the U.S. has lowered by about 2 years between during this last time. So in other words, we are less likely by 2 years to be alive right now. We've never seen a drop like that since World War II. World War II was the last time we saw a 2-year drop in life expectancy. And it's worse in African Americans and in Hispanics and in Asians than it is in whites. And the reality is it's due to the coronavirus. And that's our proof overall of what the coronavirus basically did to our health.
So what's the long-term effect of that?
Well, that's a good question. The long-term effect of coronavirus, we don't really know. We know, of course, the number of people are asymptomatic, but we don't know whether or not symptoms may appear 5, 10, 15, or 20 years later. But we know that that made a big difference. We also know that we're doing very well with immunizations, but we need to do even better. If you know somebody who's not been immunized, talk to them, get them immunized. We're doing really well in South Central Wisconsin, but the rest of the state still has to catch up for what we've been doing, and I think that's the bottom line for this. It really has made a difference in the health of our country. We've got to claw back and get those 2 years back.
All right, let's go ahead and get to the phones. Lots of people waiting to talk to you, and we'll start with Elaine in Whitewater. Hi, Elaine. What's your question?
Hello. Can you tell me, I have a relative that was just diagnosed with carpal tunnel in both ankles, and now he also has arthritis in it. This doctor is suggesting surgery in both ankles. Is this something you would agree with?
Well, there's carpal tunnel, which occurs in the wrist, and then there's carpal tussle. There's also a similar thing to carpal tunnel in the ankles, which has to do with the talar bones. And for some people, when they have pain in their ankles, they actually have to have it just like the carpal tunnel surgery for that. So the answer is, if you've got a question about the surgery, always good to get a second opinion before you get it if there's a controversial thing.
All right, let's go to Nancy in Wanakee. Hi, Nancy. What's your question?
Hi. So we've heard about the Delta variant that's more deadly, more contagious, and then we also hear in the news that the vaccines are able to take care of that as well. My question is, when they determine that factor, do they actually take real human beings who have been vaccinated and then give them that variant, and that's how they see that the vaccines are able to take care of it? Or is it just something that they analyze like under a microscope and they're like, okay, this is going to do it? Because I'm not sure that I trust that.
They would never, ever actually give an infection to people. That would be something they would never do. It'd be something, frankly, that would be illegal. What they're doing is they're looking at people who got vaccinated. They're looking at the community where the variants are and trying to figure out whether or not the people who are vaccinated actually got sick. And what they've discovered is they're not getting sick, even though the variant may be the predominant variant in the community. Vaccinated people are not getting ill. That's how they determine it, not through the microscope, but simply good analysis of who gets ill and who doesn't. And the vaccines work for the variants. That's the bottom line.
And everyone in the hospital right now is not vaccinated.
Right. Well, everybody's not vaccinated in basically in the whole state, and we've got to move actually more towards.
I'm just saying all the people that are sick right now are people that have not been vaccinated.
Exactly. That is exactly.
All right, let's go to Dick in Wanakee. Hi, Dick. What's your question?
Hey, and thank you. Dr. Zorba, a senior friend of mine got both Pfizer shots in February, and about a week ago, he said, you know, I got a third shot. It was going someplace, and they were offering shots to everybody, so he got a third shot. Is that something that is more protective than two shots?
Probably not. At this point, we think 2 shots are effective. We're going to know more in the fall and the wintertime whether or not you need a booster. But the fact is, 2 shots do the trick. There is no reason to go out and get a third shot.
Yeah, and they don't know yet how long these are going to be effective. And when
we don't know. It may be like the flu shot. It may be like once a year or once every 2 years, or a tetanus shot that you need once every 10 years, or the shot for pertussis that you also need on a periodic basis. We don't know that answer. We will know it in the future. But right now, Pfizer and Moderna, 2 shots and you're done. Johnson & Johnson, it's only 1 shot.
And they work.
That's right.
All right, Zorba, thank you. Thank you all for calling. We're out of time, unfortunately. We'll do this again next week. So keep your questions in mind.
Yeah, we'll see.
Call again.
We'll do this again soon. Zorba, thanks for your time. Great to see you.
Great to see you guys.
We'll have a final check of your forecast coming up.
Chevy is America's fastest growing full-line brand, and people are taking it everywhere. Taking Trailblazer outdoors, confidently taking on new places with Equinox, and taking on more with Silverado. Whatever you do, there's a perfect Chevy to take you anywhere. Find your perfect Chevy and get 0% financing for 72 months on select popular Chevy SUVs. Or get a $3,000 cash allowance on all 2021 Silverado Crew Cab pickups.
Up here, success depends on the choices you make. But I know I've got this. And when it comes to controlling his type 2 diabetes, my dad's got this too.
With the right choices, you have it in you to control your A1C, and once weekly Trulicity may help. Most people taking Trulicity reached an A1C under 7%, and it starts lowering blood sugar from the first dose by helping your body release the insulin it's already making. Trulicity is for type 2 diabetes. It isn't for people with type 1 diabetes. It's not approved for use in children. Don't take Trulicity if you're allergic to it. You or your family have medullary thyroid cancer or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, changes in vision, or diabetic retinopathy. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Taking Trulicity with sulfonylurea or insulin raises low blood sugar risk. Side effects include nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea, which can lead to dehydration and may worsen kidney problems. Show your world what's truly inside. Ask your doctor about once weekly Trulicity.
Angie's List is now Angie, and summer is the perfect time to book your next home project. From landscaping to lawn care to the project of your dreams, Angie connects you with top pros and protects you with a happiness guarantee when you book and pay at Angie.com. Angie, and done.
Friday morning, we'll get you ready for the day and have any breaking news from overnight.
And in the 608, we'll be checking out a gym that has something for all ages. Join us between 4:30 and 7 for News 3 Now this morning.
When it comes to weather, only one thing really matters: accuracy.
Only one station can be the best.
News 3 Now. First Warn Weather has the most accurate forecast, according to Weather Rate.
Count on First Warn Weather for your most accurate forecast.
Welcome back. Just another peek here at what's currently going on across the state. Notice how it's quite a bit warmer up north and especially to our northwest. Well, that's where we're currently seeing some of those showers and thunderstorms actually starting to redevelop. This is our best chance to actually see another round of strong to possibly severe storms, especially right up here to our northwest. So taking a peek at there, what we're currently looking at right now, some strong storms right around Fremont, just to the south of the Medford area. That is going to continue to track our direction. A lot of models, however, have that falling apart.
All right, we'll keep an eye on things. Thank you, Austin. Tomorrow here on Live Before, our Michael Bruno previews G-Safe's annual award banquet show.
And our canine correspondents, Louie and Oliver, have the best animal stories of the week in the News Hounds Now update.
They're watching themselves.
That's coming up tomorrow on Live at 4.
We made USAA insurance for members like Martin, an Air Force veteran made of doing what's right, not what's easy. So when a hailstorm hit, USAA reached out before he could even inspect the damage.
That's how you do it right.
USAA insurance is made just the way Martin's family needs it. With hassle-free claims, he got paid before his neighbor even got started. Because doing right by our members, that's what's right. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
USAA. Erectile dysfunction for men of all ages has become much more common. In fact, most men don't realize that 90% of erectile dysfunction is a direct result of broken down old blood vessels. This causes a lack of blood flow that is critical when achieving an erection. With our state-of-the-art technology, we're able to stimulate new stem cell growth right in our office with no pills, no needles, no surgery, and no pain.
To book your consultation and get back to natural functionability, call Peak Performance for Men today.
4 days only. Shop the Buy More, Save More sale at Grand Appliance for unbeatable prices. Thousands of in-stock appliance options and up to $700 in additional savings available exclusively at Grand. Get great deals like this Amana top-load washer for just $4.98 or this Frigidaire 4-piece stainless steel package just $19.92. Visit your local Grand showroom or grandappliance.com to save today. Grand Appliance, the appliance expert since 1930.
Huppy and Abraham has been voted best by the public year after year. Now, top media outlets have rated them best personal injury law firm.
You have one opportunity to call the best.
Huppy and Abraham.
They got me $750,000.
Over $1 million.
If you've been injured in an accident, tell them you mean business. Call Huppy and Abraham, 800-800-5678 right now.
Dear Exit Strategy, all your pieces are in place. A tranquil lake, a serene sky, an emerald forest, a secret hideout. Thanks for being there just when I need you most. Always Toyota SUVs.
Right now, get $750 customer cash on our new 2021 Camry, CHR, RAV4, Venza, or Highlander. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Finally tonight, we're continuing with our celebration, going down memory lane a little bit for WISC TV's 65th anniversary today.
Many, many hairstyles ago and costume changes, the station had a catchy jingle used for promotion. So a group of staff members decided to create a music video using that music. We leave you tonight with All We Are For You. Hit it.
Happy anniversary, WISC TV. How was that? A little bit better.
Some may come, some may go. Wisconsin's always home. Friends who are long remember the family pride we've known. Wisconsin people are special people, making this life